Hey guys, Uncle Joel here with some quick thoughts on Transformers War for Cybertron on Netflix. Now, I've enjoyed Transformers for most of my life. Unfortunately, I've always felt like the story was relatively lacking. The only animated series that I really connected with on a story level was Beast Wars. While I have some interest in the comics and know that the comics have much more in-depth stories, I've just never really gotten around to reading them, largely because I can't really afford to buy that many comics. And while the movies are fun to look at, again, the stories aren't that great. So I've long felt that Transformers is one property that really deserves its own series that can really focus primarily on just developing a really good story. And going into this series, pretty much all I knew about it was that it took place on Cybertron before the Transformers ever came to Earth. So knowing that and pretty much nothing else, I had hopes that this would be the Transformers series that really delved deep into the characters and the story. Now this is framed as a trilogy, so there's going to be 3 chapters, and this is the first chapter, which is split up into 6 episodes. And so far, it's okay. It didn't really thrill me, but it was entertaining enough that I was able to watch it all in one sitting. The animation is good, but nothing spectacular. I felt like they could have done a bit more, particularly in the design and the development of Cybertron itself, but it wasn't bad by any means. And the story itself was decent. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't quite to the depth that I was looking for. I did appreciate that this series had a bit more depth than a lot of the other series, and I did really enjoy the Alpha Trion stuff, and I really appreciated that they gave each of the Transformers distinct personalities and backgrounds even, rather than just feeling like caricatures or very one-note the way they were in most of the Transformers movies and even to a degree some of the series. I appreciated that not all of the Autobots were completely on board with Optimus Prime, and there was a bit of strife and kind of a power struggle in that regard. I liked the way Bumblebee was developed and how he was slowly integrated into the team. I liked having some Decepticons question Megatron's ultimate goal, and there were a lot of things about the story that I really appreciated. And I feel like I might appreciate it quite a bit more once we've got the complete package, because really it's only a small handful of episodes and then you're done. So it may be that the show was really just starting to hit its stride when all of a sudden it's finished and you've got to wait for more. Unfortunately, there is one glaring flaw that made it really difficult for me to connect with the show, and that's the voice acting. Now, the voices themselves sound fine. They sound more or less like what I would expect a Transformer to sound like. And I don't really want to compare these voice actors to previous voice actors because we have a new Optimus Prime, we have a new Megatron, but I want to just judge these voice actors on how they perform. And on that note, it's not great. Now, I don't know if it's the voice acting itself, the directing, or the way that it's edited, but the way pretty much every Transformer talks, they sound like William Shatner. Like, it sounds very unnatural and robotic in a way that is counter to what Transformers has always been.
This is not the life I imagined for us.
The voice acting is just very stiff and wooden. And I feel like if the voice acting was improved, then that would go a long way to making me enjoy the series a lot more. Now, it did seem over the 6 episodes that the voice acting did gradually get a little bit better, but it never reached a point where I thought it was good. And again, it's not that it wasn't spoken well, it's just very stiff and rigid. But if they can improve upon that and the voice acting is much better for Chapter 2, I really do think this will be the Transformers series I was looking for. And if the rumors are true, that in Chapter 3, the Autobots wind up teaming up with the Maximals and there is a crossover with the Beast Wars series, then I will really love this series. So as it is, it's good, but the voice acting really ruins it for me, and I am hopeful for what's to come. And those are just my quick thoughts on Transformers War for Cybertron, Chapter 1 on Netflix. If you've watched it, leave a comment and let me know what you thought. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Uncle Joel saying, stay tangible.